Hi, welcome back to these Advent Reflections. We are on day 7. And we're taking a look at the ancestors of Jesus and how God worked through them and with and in them to bring about this work of salvation that culminated in Jesus Christ. Yesterday we talked about Jacob and Esau, how Jacob stole Esau's birthright and then fled into the far northern country. Today we're going to talk about a different event in Jacob's life, and it's actually the event that occurred after he had lived in the far northern country. He had married Leah, and then his real love, Rachel, and he served his uncle Laban for a number of years. And through his service to Laban, he made Laban very wealthy in livestock and eventually got some of that livestock for himself. And so he decided it was time to head back to his homeland. And on his way there, at a place called Peniel, he realized that he still feared his brother Esau because he had heard that Esau was coming to meet him with 400 men. So Jacob devised a plan that included making this lavish gift to his brother, that his servants would take ahead of him, these flocks and herds of animals, all in the hopes of softening Esau's heart. So he sent all of this, including his children, his wives, ahead of him. They crossed a river to go into the land of Canaan to meet Esau. But Jacob stayed back for the night. And in this night, he has another encounter. He encounters a man whom the prophet Hosea later called an angel. And with this angel, he wrestled all night long, neither one prevailing. And as dawn approached, the angel begged Jacob to let him go. And Jacob said, "I will not let you go until you give me a blessing." And the angel touched his hip, and his hip went out of socket, and he had to let the man go. And the angel said, essentially, "This is my blessing. I'll give you a new name. Your name shall from now on be Israel." And Israel was the name thereafter of all his descendants. All the people of Israel were named after Jacob. Now Jacob was wounded in his hip, and he walked with a limp ever after that. But he realized that he was wrestling with the Lord, that this was another encounter with God. He wrestled. What does wrestling with God in your life mean? Is it wrestling to obtain some understanding of who God is? Is it wrestling like a kind of battle of the wills? I want my will, but maybe God's calling me to something else. Whatever that wrestling is, it's worthwhile thinking about that. It's worthwhile thinking about the fact that blessing often comes with pain. Just like Jacob's hip was thrown out of socket at the touch of the angel, he was blessed with the promise of being the father of a great nation. What painful things in my life have resulted in blessing or turned out to be a blessing to me. I can thank God for that. I hope you can thank God for that as well. We'll see you tomorrow.